Good morning, everyone. In the last lecture, I have started 2.3 Somebody's Mother. This poem has been written by Mary Dobreen, and this story is about one old woman who is very weak and helpless. It had been winter season. Once she was going somewhere. At one place, there was a huge crowd, and it had been crossing of two ways. That old woman came at that crossing. There was snow falling, heavy traffic, so she could not cross the road due to her weak health, due to her age. A lot of people were passing from there, but no one was ready to help. But no one was ready to help her. Everyone was in hurry to cross the road to go from their path. After some times, one school let out all 8 students. After school had been over, when students came there, they also did not care of that old woman. And after some times, one group of the happiest boy came, and one so happiest boy in that group stopped near that old woman, and he asked her whether he would help her if she wished. It means that boy was ready to help her to cross the road. Really, that boy showed much kindness, much care for that old woman, so he stopped and he wished to help her. Look what happened then. Page number 37. First 5 stanzas have been completed. Now next 3 stanzas. That boy came near that old woman, stopped and he wished to help her. Page number 37. Her aged hand on his strong young arm she placed, and so without hurt or harm he guided the trembling feet along. Look, then that old woman placed her aged hand. That old woman placed her aged hand on his strong young arm. Then that old woman placed her aged hand on his strong young arm, and that boy also guided that shivering, trembling feet along on the road without any kind of hurting or harming to that old woman. He started to take that old woman to cross the road, ensuring that she would not be harmed or hurt while crossing that road. He guided the trembling feet along, proud that his own were young and strong. Really, he had been very proud for that work. he was doing a noble work by helping that old woman, and he had been feeling very proud. Then back again to his friends he went, his young heart happy and well satisfied. Look, then he returned back to his group after helping that old woman. Really, he had been feeling very happy and very satisfied due to that noble work, due to helping to that old woman to cross the road. Since a long time no one was helping her, everyone was neglecting that lady, they were on their way, but one boy helped that lady to cross the road. Really, it had been so great work by that boy. After helping that boy, being happy and satisfied, he returned to his group. She is somebody's mother, boys, you know, for all she is aged, poor and slow. After getting into the group, that boy told his friends that she is somebody's mother. She has been somebody's mother, and she also told them she has been aged, poor and so weak. When he reached his group, he told all his friends that she has been somebody's mother. Also, he told them she has been aged, poor and very weak, and someone sometime may lend a hand to help my mother, you understand, if ever she is old, poor and grey, and her own dear boy is so far away. Look, when we do good things for others at that time, we shall get the same goodness from others. Trusting on that philosophy, he told all of them, on someday someone would help his own mother if she would be old and weak, and he himself would be far away from her. At that time, he was sure that he trusted on that philosophy. If we behave nicely with others, then others would also treat with same feeling. It means he trusted on that proverb, one good turn deserves another. One good turn deserves another. He trusted on this proverb, and he told them someone would help her own mother if she would be poor, weak, and he himself means her child would be far away from him. Somebody's mother bowed low her head in her home, and that night and prayer she said. That old woman reached her house. Look, that old woman also reached her house. After getting her house, she bowed in front of God and prayed for that boy. Look, what did she pray? That old woman also reached her house. After getting into her house, she respectfully bowed in front of the God and prayed for that boy. In her home that night and prayer she said was, God be kind to that noble boy, who is somebody's son, pride and joy. Look, she prayed God for that boy. God would be kind to that noble boy. God would always bless that boy who is somebody's son, pride and joy. It means that old woman also prayed to God for that boy, for blessing him, for caring him, because he is also somebody's son. He is somebody's son, and he is very kindful, he is very polite, helpful. Look, in this poem we get this message that we must help such needy and poor people. We must not be very rude with other. Whenever and wherever help is needed, we must step forward to help them, because no one knows when help is needed. We also needed help from others in some situation. If we would be polite, helpful, then others would be helpful and polite with us. So, considering the importance of kindfulness and generosity, we should be also with same qualities. We should sense that we also need help by someone. So, whenever necessary, whenever possible, we should help the poor and needy people. Okay, here this poem has been completed. Now I am discussing the figures of speech, the rhyme scheme in this poem. Pay attention to the rhyme scheme. You must have learned how to set a rhyme scheme. For rhyming pairs, give same letter. If different words could be there, then give different letter. Grey, day, rhyming pairs AA. Grey A, day A. Snow, B, slow B. Grey A, day A. Snow B, slow B, means AA, BB. The rhyme scheme of the first stanza AA, BB. Second, long A, throng A. Long and throng are rhyming pairs. By B, I, B, AA, BB. The rhyme scheme of the second stanza is AA, BB. Shout A, out A, rhyming pairs. Sheep B, deep B. Grey C, way C, AA, BB and CC. The rhyme scheme of the third stanza is also same, AA, BB, CC. Her A, stir B, her A, stir A, both are rhyming pairs. Feet, street, BB, AA, BB. Troop A, group A, low B, go B, AA, BB, same. Next, arm A, harm A, along B, strong B, same, because they are rhyming pairs. Weight, content, CC, it means AA, BB, CC. Next stanza, no, slow, AA, hand, understand, BB, grey, away, CC. Same rhyming scheme of this stanza also, AA, BB and CC. Now last stanza, head A, said B. Head A, said B. Boy, head, said AA. They are rhyming pairs. Head A, said B. Boy B, joy B. AA, BB. It means all stanzas have same rhyme scheme. If all stanzas have same rhyme scheme, then we can say this poem has uniform rhyme scheme. This poem has uniform rhyme scheme. For appreciation writing, the rhyme scheme is asked, so you should write such a rhyme scheme. AABB, the rhyme scheme of the poem is AABB. In this way you can write. Now I am discussing the figures of speech in this poem. Pay attention from first line. The old woman was old, ragged and grey. Here, old and grey expresses same meaning. Having oldness, old and grey expresses same meaning. So it is tautology, figure of speech. It is tautology, figure of speech. I explain this figure of speech. If in the given line there could be two same words, then it is tautology, figure of speech. How to explain? It is tautology, figure of speech because two words, old and grey, having same meaning are expressed in the given line. Because two words, old and grey, having same meaning are expressed in the given line. Next, and bent with the chills of winter's day. No, there is no any figure of speech. The streets were white with a recent snow. No. And streets were white with. You can take its alliteration because the sound W is repeated. If initial letter of two or more words is repeated for the poetic effect, then it is alliteration, figure of speech. So it is alliteration, figure of speech because the sound W is repeated for the poetic effect in the given line. And the woman's feet with age were slow. It is inversion, figure of speech. What is meaning of inversion? If words are inverted in other way, then that is inversion. If the order of words in the given line is not correct, if the order of words would be changed, then that would be inversion, figure of speech. And the woman's feet with age were slow. Look how to explain this figure of speech in your exam. It is inversion, figure of speech because the order of words in the given sentence is not correct. The correct order is, and the woman's feet were slow with age. Were slow with age. Because the correct order is, and the woman's feet were slow with age. In this way, you have to explain. At the crowded crossing, she waited long. It is also inversion, figure of speech because the order of words in the given sentence is not correct. The correct order is, she waited long at the crowded crossing. The correct order is, she waited long at the crowded crossing. So it is inversion, figure of speech. Words are inverted in other places for the poetic effect. And so it's inversion, figure of speech. Jostled aside by the careless throng of human beings who passed her by. No. Unheeding the glance of her anxious eye. Unheeding the glance of her anxious eye. It is, no, there is no any figure of speech. Now third, down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out. No, there is no any figure of speech. Came happy boys like a flock of sheep. It is simile, figure of speech. Came happy boys like a flock of sheep. It is simile, figure of speech because the group of boys is directly compared with a flock of sheep for the poetic effect. So it is simile figure of speech. Once again, it is simile figure of speech because the group of boys is directly compared with a flock of sheep for the poetic effect. Hailing the snow piled white and deep, no, past the woman so old and grey. It is also tautology figure of speech. It is also tautology figure of speech because two words old and grey having same meaning are expressed in the given line. We have discussed in first line. If two words having same meaning would be there, then it would be tautology figure of speech. So it is tautology as there are two words old and grey having same meaning. Hasten the children on their way. No. None offered a helping hand to her. It's alliteration. None offered a helping hand to her. It's alliteration as sound H is repeated. As sound H is repeated for the poetic effect. So weak and timid, afraid to stir. There is no any figure of speech. Lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet should trample her down in the slippery street. Last line is the example of alliteration figure of speech. Should trample her own in the slippery street. It's alliteration as the sound yes is repeated for the poetic effect. It's alliteration as sound yes is repeated for the poetic effect. So it's alliteration. At last came out of the merry troop, no, the gayest boy of all the group. He paused beside her and whispered low. No, there is no any figures of speech. I shall help you across if you wish to go. It's a repetition figure of speech. It's repetition figures of speech because the word you is repeated in the given line for the poetic effect. Because the word you is repeated in the given line for the poetic effect. Her aged hand on his strong young arm she placed. From her to placed, it is inversion figure of speech. It is inversion. Why inversion? Because the order of words in the given line is not correct. The correct order is she placed her aged hand on his strong young arm. It's inversion figure of speech. Okay? The order of words is not correct. The correct order is she placed her aged hand on his strong young arm. He guided the trembling feet along, proud that his own were young and strong. No, there is no any figures of speech. Then back again to his friends he went. This sentence is the example of inversion. This sentence is the example of inversion because the order of words is not correct. The correct order is then he went back again to his friends. The order of words is changed. The correct order is then he went back again to his friends. His young heart happy and well content. His young heart happy and well content. Look here. It is alliteration figure of speech. There is another one figure of speech. Let's look. Why alliteration? First, because sound H is repeated in the given line for the poetic effect. His young heart happy and well content. It is alliteration because sound H is repeated in the given line for the poetic effect. So it's alliteration, figure of speech. It is also transferred epithet. You must have learned this figure of speech. Epithet means adjective. If an adjective is transferred from one noun to other where it doesn't belong to that second noun, that adjective doesn't suit. So such adjective is transferred from one noun to another for the poetic effect, then it is transferred epithet, figure of speech. Then it is transferred epithet, figure of speech. Look here, which adjective has been transferred? His young heart. Heart cannot be young. That boy is young. So, an adjective young has transferred from boy to heart. So, it is transferred epithet, figure of speech. Look how to explain. It is transferred epithet, figure of speech because an adjective young is transferred to heart from boy. So it is transferred epithet, figures of speech. Now look on page number 38, the next figure of speech. She is somebody's mother, boys you know. It's alliteration, figure of speech because sound yes is repeated in the given line for the poetic effect. It's alliteration, figure of speech because sound yes is repeated. She is somebody's. Alliteration. For all, she is aged and poor and slow. No, don't take any figure of speech in that line. And someone sometime may lend a hand. Its alliteration as sound yes is repeated in the given line for the poetic effect. Its alliteration as sound yes is repeated in the given line for the poetic effect. To help my mother, you understand? No. If ever she is old, poor and grey, same figure of speech which we have discussed, tautology, figure of speech. It is tautology, figure of speech because two words, old and grey, having same meaning are expressed in the given line for the poetic effect. Because two words, poor and grey, having same meaning are expressed in the given line for the poetic effect. And her own dear boy so far away. No, there is no any figure of speech. Now last stanza. Somebody's mother bowed low her head. Somebody's mother bowed low her head can be alliteration. Sound H in last two words is repeated for the poetic effect. So it can be alliteration. It is alliteration. In her home that night, and the prayer she said. Look, it is inversion figure of speech. It is inversion figure of speech. Why inversion? Because the order of words is not correct. The correct order is in her home that night she said prayer, or and in her home that night, comma, she said prayer. In her home that night and in her home that night, comma, she said the prayer. Okay, in this way you can write the correct order. It is inversion figure of speech. Was God be kind to that noble boy? No, there is no any figure of speech. Who is somebody's son, pride and joy. It's alliteration as sound yes is repeated for the poetic effect. Its alliteration as sound yes is repeated in the given line for the poetic effect. In this way, we have discussed all figures of speech. We have just discussed all figures of speech in this poem. You have to note down all figures of speech in your notebook properly with proper sequence. If one line has two figures of speech, then one after another you can write. But you have to write all figures of speech in your notebook with proper explanation. How to write? First write that given line, then answer mark, then write it is ... figure of speech because and its explanation. Okay? In this way, copy all figures of speech from this book. I have discussed. If you have any problem regarding figures of speech, you can ask me. Okay, now I am discussing activities from 36. We have to take before this poem. Okay, I take now. Page number 36. Read the following proverb that has a biblical reference. Means a proverb having moral values. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. It means if you did good to others, they would also good for you. Do unto others to you. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. It means if you did good to others, then others would also good for you. Now find at least 5 other proverbs, axioms, quotations which convey the same message. Look, we should be kindful, loving, careful with each other. We should help others in their need to convey this message. There are many proverbs such like given one, and we have to find at least 5 such proverbs. You can find anywhere on the internet, in books. I tell some proverbs for such message. One good turn deserves another. One good turns deserve another. Okay? One good turns deserve another. Kindness the language which deaf can hear and blind can see. Kindness is a language which deaf can hear and blind can see. Next, how you treat others is how you really feel inside. How you treat others is how you really feel inside. Such kind of proverbs express the message of being kindfulness and selflessness. Okay? You also find out such some proverbs and feel its message. Now, next activity. Study the following sets of words. Please, happy, joyful, ecstatic. Ecstatic means extreme happiness. Ecstatic means extreme happiness. Please, happy, joyful, and ecstatic means extreme happiness. Next, letter, word, sentence and paragraph. You know the sequence. Letters for word, many words for sentence, and many sentences for paragraph. So it is ascending order, it is rising order. Letters for word, words for sentence, and sentences for paragraph. It means in set A and in set B, the words have been arranged in rising order. Note, the words in these sets are arranged in ascending order, each word showing a higher degree than the previous one. We have just discussed. The words in these sets are arranged in rising order, each word showing a higher degree than the previous one. Now rearrange the following groups of words in the ascending order. Now rearrange the following groups of words in the ascending order. First, adult. Second, age. Third, infant. Fourth, youth. You have to arrange these four words in a rising order. First would be infant. First is infant. Second, youth. Third, adult. And fourth, age. It is a rising order. First, infant, baby. Then grows in youth. Then in adult. Then age. Next, cold, freezing, cool and chill. First, cool. Second, cold. According to increased that coldness. First, cool. Second, cold. Third, chill. Fourth, freezing. First, cool. Second, cold. Third, chill. Fourth, freezing. Okay, it is rising order. Brilliant, genius, bright and intelligent. First, bright. Second, intelligent. Third, brilliant. And fourth, genius. First, bright. Second, intelligent. Third, brilliant. And fourth, genius. Now, mountain, peak or summit, mount and hill. How to arrange in rising order? First is mount. Second, hill. First is mount. Second, hill. Third is mountain. And fourth is peak. Peak is very tall. So, mount, hill, mountain and peak. In this way, we can arrange rising order. Everyone must have known, if the words are arranged in rising order, then which figures of speech is it? It is climax figure of speech. One figures of speech I tell you from this activity. If the words in the given line are arranged in a rising order, then it is climax figure of speech. He came, he saw and he conquered. The ideas are arranged in a rising order, so it is climax figure of speech. Now, next activity, prepare similar word chains using the following ideas. Look. You have to write related words for given words. Prepare similar word chains using the following ideas. Rain, drizzle, shower, heavy or cool. In this way, you can write the related words with the given words. Rain, drizzle, shower, heavy or cool. Wind, breeze, storm. Wind given. Cyclone. In this way you can write the words sunshine, warm, bright, hot, pleasant. Sunshine, warm, bright, hot, pleasure. In this way you can use the words water, body, pool, lake, river and sea. Pool, lake, river and sea. Size big, large, huge, gigantic. Large, huge, gigantic. Size small, tiny. Take minute first. Tiny or microscopic. Small, minute, tiny and microscopic. In this way you can complete such word chains. Now page number 38, English workshop. English workshop. Pick out the lines from the poem that help creates image of the following in our mind and write them in table. Just we have to pick out the lines which help us to create images of following in our mind. Old woman, the street and the schoolboy. We have to pick out just lines which help to create image of old woman, the street and the schoolboy in our mind by that description. Old woman, one line, old woman was ragged and grey. Old woman was ragged and grey and bent with the chill of a winter's day. Second line you can take, and bent with the chill of winter's day. You can take any other line of regarding that old woman. And woman's feet with age were slow. And woman's feet with age were slow. Now the street. The streets were white with snow. The streets were white with snow. Then at the crowded crossing she waited long. You can take this line regarding the street. At the crowded crossing she waited long. Another line you can take any line. Should trample her, you can take both lines. Lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet should trample her down in the slippery street. Lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet should trample her down in the slippery street. Now schoolboys, some lines regarding the schoolboys. Came happy boys like a flock of sheep. Came happy boys like a flock of sheep. Okay, you can take this line. Then another line. Down the street with laughter and shout. Down the street with laughter and shout. You can take this line. You find out some lines regarding the schoolboy. In this question, we have to just pick out the lines referring old woman, the street, and the schoolboy. Now, second, write at least 5 rhymes from the poem I have discussed. There are a lot of rhyming pairs. Pick out any 5 from the poem. Now, you have to answer of the following questions I just discussed. You have to write a verse set. Give in your own words 2 reasons for each of the following. We have to give reasons, 2 reasons. The woman was reluctant, unwilling to cross the street by herself. Why was she unwilling to cross the street by herself? First reason is the old woman was very old and weak. The old woman was very old and weak. Second reason is there was huge crowd at that crossing. There was huge crowd at that crossing. She was afraid to cross the road. In this way, you can give two reasons. The school boys were in happy mood because the school had been over. First, the school had been over. Second, it was snowing at that place. It was snowing at that place. They were enjoying the snowfall. In this way, you can give reasons of this question. Now, next, one of the school boys helped the old woman cross the street. Look, why should he have helped that old woman? That old woman was very kindful and helpful. Second, he must have realized the importance of cooperation, importance of helpfulness, and he trusted on one proverb, one good turns the another. He was sure that someone would help her mother in her difficulty in the same way. Okay? In this way, you can give the answers of these questions. Now, we must help those who are in need. Why must we help those who are in need? First reason you can give in this way. It's very pleasant feeling to help others in their need. It's very pleasant feeling to help others in their need. Second, we would also need help in some situation. We must think that we should also need help in some situation from others. It's our right, it's our responsibility to help others in their need, in their critical situation. In this way, you can answer of these questions. Now, look, I have discussed 4 questions. You write answers of these 4 questions. You can add your own reason with your own skill. Now, next question you have to do yourself. I just explain. Think and write in 5 to 6 lines why most of people on the road or street ignore those in need of help. What about you? Write about your feelings after you have helped, not helped when needed. Look, why the most of people on the road ignore those in need of help. According to me, some people don't want to take any kind of trouble, any kind of responsibility. They think that others would help them. They avoid their help because they think that others will help those poor people. They don't want to get in trouble by helping others. They think that their time would be wasted by helping others. They avoid the responsibility. They don't understand, they don't sense the importance of helping to others. Some are so selfish. Some are too selfish to help others. In this way, you can answer, what about you? You can answer very positively of this question. I'm always ready to help others whenever possible. I would help, or I always help to needy and poor people when help is needed. It's very pleasant feeling. It's a kind of God's work to help poor and needy people, also old aged people. So whenever possible, I am always ready to help such poor and needy and also old aged people. In this way, you can answer of this question. You can write your own points for this question. Okay. Here, this poem has been completed. This poem has been completed. I have discussed the figures of speech, the rhyme scheme, as well as question answers. In next lecture, I start 2.4, the fall of Troy. It's very adventurous lesson. Okay, I stop now. We shall meet in next lecture.